Right? Yeah. Well, Steve, it's good to see you because, you know, we had a lot of fun back in the 1960s.
60, 61, absolutely the exact time when Jack Kennedy got shot.
That's right.
And
That's
we
right.
were playing the gig
that
that very night, and we refused to play.
That's right.
And the band got given an ultimatum to either play or lose the job. Now, this is a band that Dick over here, I believe, started, and it was with Norm Ray.
Which band?
The Eldorados.
Oh, the Eldorados.
Yes.
The most popular band in Detroit.
Yes.
It was all club scene back then.
Mm-hmm.
An occasional concert, but it was mainly clubs, and we used to do this thing on Sundays, the caravan of bands. So all the bands in town would go to each separate club on this caravan. You know, every week, a different club would have all the local club bands, like the Eldorados. But the Eldorados were like the top band, and it was me and Warren Keith on keyboards, who eventually was in the Bossmen with me, and then he went out to Nashville to be Hank Williams Jr.'s keyboard player. And Norm Ray on the saxophone. He was the drunk one.
Yeah.
But he was also a fantastic musician, and he ended up going to Nashville and playing in Boots Randolph's band.
And also with the TV show, he was on one of the first
WSM,
WSM, and he was a cartoon character as well as a sax player on the program, and he went to be with the Memphis Horns, and also is on Paul McCartney's Wings album with the Memphis Horns, and was Elvis's sax player for the last 9 years.
Yeah.
He named me Booker because I was Bookfitch, and we were on our way to the gig. Rehearsal.
Right.
And he's going, he said, Bookfitch, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. He says, Bookfitch, who's gonna hire a Bookfitch? Steve Bookfitch. And I'm driving him, because you said he was a drunk, and he was, but a good one, you know, a good Polish drunk, you know, not a bad one, you know, a really a good guy. But who influenced me to be a drunk at first for a while, until God saved me and got me out of that rut. So we're driving down the street, and he said, you know, Bookfitch. He says, Steven Bookovich, who's going to book that? Steve Booker. You're Steve Booker.
Steve Booker.
Right, yeah.
That's a great story.
And then I was on the way to pick him up again. And there is... the thing on the news that Kennedy got shot, and then we went and we protested that night. Did we end up playing?
We did not play.
We did not play. Did they end up firing us?
They did fire us.
Did they end up giving us the gig back?
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason they did is because when we started that gig, it was a small little bar, you know, right off the bowling alley, okay?
What city was that, Dave?
It was in Farmington.
Farmington.
On the northwestern...
Northwest Lanes, it was.
On Northwestern Freeway.
And Lounge,
Highway, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Norwest.
Small lounge when we started.
Little small one,
Yeah.
and then we had such big crowds going in there, you know, lining up every night. It was crazy. And they had to tear the wall out of the bowling alley, build a new building with 450 seats, which was packed every night from the first night that they opened that lounge. So it was incredible, because like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, people were still lined up down the block. I mean, it was insane. The Eldorados were very hot.
Yes, and on our high part of the show, we played Great Balls of Fire.
Right.
And so Warren had real ivories, not the plastic ones of today, real ivories.
Well, I got a story in
so
my
he
book.
put lighter fluid on that, and it was so one day, speaking of assaulting the audience, so one day I said, how can I match this here and, you know, like make it so it's like, this is what we do, Great Balls of Fire. So I said, okay, lighter fluid on the cymbals. So lighter fluid on the cymbals, and goodness gracious, and he goes, Great Balls of Fire, and I went, right? And then
We got flames going everywhere.
Flames going everywhere, and then one time they gave me a drum solo, and I kicked my drums off the stage.
Yeah.
And the bass drum was on the dance floor, so I put I had lighter fluid already. I knew I was doing this. I had lighter fluid on the rim of my bass drum, and so I lit it, and it went on fire. And I got in the middle of my bass drum, and I started doing you know, like an Indian powwow, you know. And then, you know, I was just an infant playing drums. I didn't know how I could do 6 beats.
Yeah.
You know, the rumba, the cha-cha, the, you know, that, the rock beat, the funk beat, the blues beat, you know. And I was trying to be soulful, but I didn't know quarter note triplets yet.
Right.
You know, so we're going da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, man,
you know.
man, you were young and you were energetic and you put your imagination into everything. And that's what actually made that whole band. We all had our own thing that we did at night. So it was, not only did we play the top 40 of the day and the Motown stuff, we were really a show band. I mean, it was amazing.
Except for the 6 times you had to start the song off with the quarter note triplets that I didn't get.
Well, yeah.
But that, you know,
All is forgiven.
that profoundly changed me, you know, and I went home and I started trying to learn what was quarter note triplets.
I think you learned it.
Yeah, you know, you have to have 99 defeats for you to have that one success. And
Yeah.
if you don't try that 100th time, you just might not get it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve Booker was a highlight of what we were doing. I mean, your solos were always, you know, with the crowd, it was like amazing. And everybody had a piece. So like Skip used to do he used to light his trumpet on fire too.
Yeah.
And they'd do Rockin' with Mr. Lee, and
That was a fantastic band. It
I
was
used
just
to
a
end the show
show.
with my guitar thing with Bo Diddley.
Yes.
You know, it would just rocking the house, and then I'd take it and throw it up in the air, spin it around, catch it, and keep playing, and you know, behind the back, and
He was a star before he was a star.
and then
You know, he had the ambiance of
I
being a
was
star.
I was always trying to,
You know.
to have sex with the guitar, which was
Yes.
might have been a little ahead of its time, or I don't know.
Yeah, so he influenced us. The whole band was raping their instruments on stage.
That's right. No, but it was
Making love, real love. It was, that was one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Now, thinking back on it, it was a sensational band.
There were how many guys in the El Dorado?
5, I think.
5.
Right, yeah.
There were like
Guitar,
three
bass,
guitars, wasn't
sax, drums, and piano.
Yep, piano.
Now, one day, we were saying, well, where's Norm? You know, and he's not there. And he was there, but on the gig, then he's not there. Well, he got so drunk that he fell asleep in the large part where they have the extra 400 people that they built.
Yeah.
And so when we got through with the gig, we're walking home out the door, and we hear this, oh man, what's happening? When's the gig start? Right? Yeah, and then one time Norm was playing, and he's going, da-da-da-da-da-da. He goes, wait, excuse me, and he barfs in the bell of his horn and continues to play, you know. Yeah, well, this was the sleazy part, but, you know, look, this is the nitty-gritty. You know, we're off the streets, we were real, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was beautiful. I mean, because playing with Norm was like playing a Polish wedding every night.
Right.
You know, you know, like,
Yeah,
you know,
but then we got those harmonies going, and we did all of our. I mean, it was pretty fantastic band.
It was something just like a Vegas show rock band, as good as Louis Primo or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like that kind of. It should have been playing in Las Vegas, but we were in Farmington, Michigan, at the Norwest Lounge. It was just a great time. Great time.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah.